Hello again, everyone. Todd Michael Putnam here from D&D Creative Table Designs, bringing you another adventure table idea. And this is the Ice Maidens Peril. The Ice Maidens Peril. And the idea behind this is just an ocean adventure, and this is another adventure where I'm primarily putting to use my Monster Fight Club's Ice Wilds gear that I just received. It's fantastic, love it. So I decided, in order to do something a little different, was to make a North Pole type ocean adventure. So the Ice Maiden is, of course, the ship that you see in here. That comes from WizKids. That's their falling star. This, by the way, can be obviously put up properly and whatnot, but right now, as you can see it, it's in the middle of peril, because as the characters go exploring up north in order to chase down pirates who may have tried to escape from the long reaches of the law, or the privateers who are tasked with hunting them down, or perhaps to go after some kind of an exotic wizard or somebody like that who is up here in the north conducting insane or immoral experiments or something. Whatever the reason they may be that they're traveling up here, possibly to gather rare or exotic components. There's all kinds of stuff that can happen when they're on the ship, and I got a whole bunch of it happening all at once. So the big thing that's happening is that there's, of course, an adult white dragon flying along, and he basically frost breaths the ship and just freezes it in place. So I've got that, and of course it knocks over one of the main masts and freezes up a lot with the decks. And of course the players and the shipmates would have to try and fight off the frost dragon, who could not burn the ship, of course, but with enough ice caked all over the decks, it still is in danger of sinking the ship. So the dragon is certainly a very real threat. And then additionally, later on, they might come across, and there could be a cold-based chimera with a small white dragon head and a goat, etc. and so forth. And that's one that, of course, could land on the decks, and the players could try and fight it off as it tries searching for food or whatever. The dragon, of course, being after potentially treasure or something, or a meal too. So that would be the frost-based chimera. And then there's other adventures, like they could get in their little dinghy boat and go across, and there could be like floating ice worms around in this polar cap that, again, when you slay them, maybe the ice wraiths have some kind of an exotic material component that the players need in order to research some new spell or magic item, or for which they are being tasked for by an NPC, high-end NPC, which basically acts as they call it in the movies, a MacGuffin, that they have to go after the thing that the audience doesn't care about, but that's important to the guys in the movie. So the howling is my dog, Keena Marie. You may have seen her before. She's a Yorkshire Terrier. She's like 15 years old. Hi, honey. How we doing? Okay, and her mom left to go shopping, and so now we're just having a fit. So we promise you'll survive. Okay, honey? Thank you. So that's one thing. Another thing, there could be another one here is like there's some kind of a frost giant maiden or ice spirit or whatever it is that whips up storms around the ocean and maybe demands a toll or something from the players, or the ship or something, in order to allow it to pass, or maybe just resents the intrusion upon its isolation up here in the frozen north, and so again whips up a storm or something in sleet and blizzard-like conditions in order to take out the ships. And of course the heroes would have to either mollify her somehow with words, or bribe her, or defeat her in some form of combat, or drive her off. But of course, there's also just regular ocean life that they might have to contend with. So I've got a pod of orcas swimming about here, and should the players get dropped off into the ocean for some reason, if they fell overboard during any of the attacks or anything like that, it's potential that they could earn the interests of the pod of orcas, who might just playfully beat around on them and toss them about, or could genuinely attack them, perhaps if they are hungry enough. Although in real life, I understand that's very, very rare. And that's basically it. And I just put like there's polar bears swimming around and stuff. And you can basically do all kinds of stuff because it's an ocean type adventure. You have the advantage of, you can just use scatter terrain for everything. So the ship sort of stays for the most part in the same location in the middle of the mat. And then you'll just move about the various ice flows, which come from the Monster Fight Club, the vast majority of them from the Monster Fight Club's Ice Wilds Kickstarter, and then just bring your other creatures, either come up from under the water or they're floating around on the ice flows themselves, and they encounter the players that way. So it makes it easy to just add a few things in, swap the ice flows around, and you're in business. So these are some of the various ice flows. So there's like some semi-transparent ones, which are really cool. And then they've got some more bluish ones. And then I'm not sure if I don't have it right here. There's a much more transparent one. I've got to get more of these for just like a sheer ice cliff or whatever. And you can sort of basically see the difference between the three types just on the camera, which is great that they have so many options for that. So most of these are exactly that, basically various they're ice hills in various types, just put together in different combinations. As I said, the ship itself the large ship is from WizKids, the Falling Star. The dragon, I think all the minis basically that I have here are from WizKids, the vast majority of them. Some of the pirate sailors I think might be Reapers. In fact, I'm pretty sure they are. But all the monsters and stuff I believe are all WizKids. The battle mat is WizKids. And the ice flows, as I said, the vast majority of them. These guys here are not from Monster Fight Club. These guys here I got off, I think they're Heroescape or something like that. And it's just to add a little bit more variety because they have that jutting up kind of pointy like effect to them or whatever. So just to have some different types of ice flows, I grabbed some of those. But the regular Monster Fight Club ones would probably more than do the job for most situations. I think for me, just because the battle mat is so large, I've got a 6 foot by 4 foot battle mat going on here. So just to have a little bit more variety, some of them are going to be, I wanted some sharp ice and some more rounded ones going on. And then these waves, I got them from Griffinco, GRIFFONCO.com. And those guys produce all kinds of 3D printed stuff. And that's just something to put in there. And it basically shows, you can use that to show players what the current is, what direction the current is going in, and potentially how rough the seas and stuff are. If you want it totally placid, you take them away, but you can add one or two if it starts to get a little choppy, and then add a few more if you want it to show that it's really getting kind of dicey out there. Those are a wonderful opportunity to show that visually on your board. That's it. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I look forward to seeing you at the next adventure. You guys take care. Bye.